been to Fulton Street to find out about these Wall Street protesters and what they're really all about.
People are very serious about this.
What is your motivation for being out here today?
Well, my motivation for being out here is the fact that our government has basically been bought by the corporations and financial institutions, and the politicians are no longer working for the majority of the people. They're working for the ones with the most money.
So are we hoping by coming out here today that they're gonna change or take heed to the voice of the people?
Yeah, they have to start listening to us, or else, you know, things are gonna change.
What do you see being the next step after this if we don't see change? And 3 to 6 months from now?
Unfortunately, it might be revolution, but I really hope it doesn't come to that. This is a peaceful movement, and hopefully everything can be accomplished peacefully.
We understand the police arrested a few protesters who were participating in the arrest. Do you have any comments about that?
Well, it depends which arrest you're talking about.
Well, we understand everyone was peacefully demonstrating at the point.
Well, when was it? The ones on the Brooklyn Bridge was the police's fault. And then besides that, you know, you'll see once in a while somebody will get arrested. But generally, those people are instigating the police and, you know, really causing a ruckus. They're not really being peaceful.
One more question, sir.
Sure.
10 years from now, somebody's going to be studying about the Wall Street protesters in history class.
Oh, yeah.
What's your one line you want to get across? Like, you know, history is always so complicated. What's that one thing you want to tell them with the movement you hope you guys accomplish?
The thing we want to accomplish is we want the money out of politics. We want politicians to listen and work for the people.
My name is Zucotti Park. 17. I'm a high school student, and I support Occupy Wall Street.
So, what brings you out here today?
Well, just a basic message. I've been coming out here for the past 2 or 3 weeks since I started. 3rd or 4th day was the first day I came. You know, I don't think anyone can dispute that our politicians right now are in the hands of big business, right? I haven't seen one anti-business legislation come out in like 20 or 30 years, right? I mean, and even the ones that do come out are supposedly for the people, right? Essentially for businesses. And, you know, every year, right, businesses get less and less regulated, and the people get, you know, have the rights stripped away, you know, the Patriot Act, the Wolfowitz Doctrine, the Bush Doctrine. So, you know, for years, I mean, I'm 17, and I've always been kind of active. I've always been interested in stuff, right? For years, I've been complaining about how America has kind of failed to be, you know, to use its voice. You know, and London has its riots, Greece has its riots, and I'm not saying we should riot, but I'm saying protests haven't been a thing here for the past 5-10 years. Minus maybe the Iraq War, and that was like a 1 or 2 day rally and left away. This is an occupation. This is bigger than a rally. This is thousands of people on a daily basis saying, you know, we're not cool what's going on, and that's why I'm down here to, you know, show my voice, to tell people that, you know, what's going on isn't right, and we know what's going on.
So, what would you say? What would you think would be a good motivation to get someone your age, or maybe 14, you know, come out here? What role would you expect them to play? What would be the one key thing you want them to know that's a good enough reason to be out here to advocate?
Well, I'll be 18 next year, so I'll be voting next year too. Because I think it's a huge part of why I I don't know, kind of part of why I'm out here to an extent, right, is that, you know, in 1 year, in about a year, I'll have my own voice in government, right? But as a teenager, I think what's important is that you know, you learn about these things in class: civil rights movement, the the Vietnam War protests, all these large social movements, even Woodstock, an example, which has been compared to, right? These large social movements, right? And when you read about these things, they weren't done by old people. They weren't even done by middle-aged people. They were done by us, the youth, right? We cause change. In fact, you know, we are the future. So if you want something to happen tomorrow, you got to make it happen today. So you know, if you're young, and one thing I'll say to encourage people who are young, because I know that you know, political stuff might come off as boring, but this is fun. You know, I didn't come down here for the fun, but I'm having fun doing this. You know, there's drums and music. You can dance if you want. You know, there's people to meet. In general, like, if you want to have a good time and, you know, support a worthy cause, maybe learn some things about how your government functions and how you've been essentially screwed over by the government and by people in power, right? Then you should come down here. You know, you'll educate yourself. You'll learn more than what you can learn in school on a first-hand kind of basis, and, you know, you'll have fun.
Okay. One last question. We're gonna let you go. You were over there listening to the press release.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, summing up, what was the accomplishment that was made by Occupy Wall Street today?
Well, to give the situation kind of a background, right? Tomorrow, clean the park, and so they want to kind of kick us off, right? And we're not going to let them kick us off. You know, there's a press conference right here with some union leaders and people from Occupy Wall Street talking about what's going to happen tomorrow, right? And, you know, being part of this protest for 3 or 4 weeks now, these are the most dedicated people I've ever met. You know, you could try to kick us off. You know, you could move us. You could say what you want, right? If anything, we'll be mobile. We don't have to, like, you know, stay in the park. You can move around. This movement is probably, you know, the most permanent one I've seen in a while, right? I think we've been here like 4 weeks now, right? You could try kicking us off tomorrow. It's just not going to happen. And I think people that are representing us, although we don't really have representatives per se, but the people who were at the press conference kind of giving us a voice, right? They exemplified that, you know, we're not going to back down.